Percocet, Miley Percocet, Percocet, Miley Percocet, represent, gotta represent, chase a chick, never chase a.
Hey you guys, welcome. We're actually just going down memory lane. If you heard our last episode, you know we were in our pop bag pretty tough. And so it seems that we're still in it, basically.
As soon as we stopped, like, man, we forgot about this.
Smashing Pumpkins, Pearl Jam, all those people. Hell, Lenny Kravitz could get in there.
Okay, so how about this?
You know
TRL?
Lenny?
No, Lenny Kravitz versus who?
Lenny Kravitz, I don't know, Matt.
Eric Benet?
Barefooted ass stage.
They both single dads.
You could. Seal. Lenny Kravitz and Seal.
That's
There
a
you
good.
go.
That's a good one.
There you go.
Lenny Kravitz. How do I say it
Eric
like
Benet,
that?
single dad?
Yeah, his wife died in a car accident when their child was like a few months.
Okay,
Wait,
so
and
wait,
he-
Eric Benet is not with what's your
Halle Berry.
Sorry,
Good.
now he has.
Wait, Eric Benet's with Megan Good?
Not
No, you're
Megan.
thinking of Eric Billinger.
Oh shit!
Bye.
Like,
I was like, Benet,
I'm
what?
over here.
Car crash.
I didn't even get to the. I was trying to Google. I was like, wait a second.
Yeah.
Ooh, all right.
You know what?
I
Wait,
was like,
Eric
what?
Bellinger is who she was talking about?
No,
No,
that's who
no,
she was
because-
thinking of.
Because when you said single, I was like, hold on.
Okay. Who
Yeah.
who are we talking about?
Y'all was talking about Eric Benet.
Eric-
I
Yeah,
heard.
We were
I was
talking
talking
about
about-
Eric Benet. You were
Yes.
talking about Eric.
The single dad part got to me. I was like, wait.
She
I
was
didn't
thinking of
know.
Eric Billinger, and she knows that he's married. So
Okay.
she was like,
Yes.
"What is a single dad thing?"
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah, I
yes,
didn't know that. I didn't know that. Okay,
got you.
yes. Okay. Oh, TLC. That could have gone against Destiny's Child because it's just too
Too
different.
different.
Two different Eric. But
Not the songs are too different.
there was
So-
some overlap there, no?
I think they have like maybe
No
three.
scrubs
I think
and-
I think I have like 3 overlap. I'm not gonna lie. So we had a versus party a couple years ago now. At this point, it was in 2020, and we tried to do Destiny's Child versus TLC, and
Yeah.
it's just like you have a certain generation that's like, this TLC is hitting.
Yeah.
This is my song, and then you have like Destiny's Child, which in their own right, they have some slow songs, they have some upbeat, they have some pop, and it's just like the songs that you want to hear in the verses is like they're just not meshing well.
Yeah.
Man, I had to run back this week when Teddy died.
Teddy Ray.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
he had some stand up about, the Destiny's Child girl, and I was like, man, let me run this girl back. And
Girl
is
was
she the
fine.
reason?
You
I
love you
had to
some
run
Is She
those
the
two
Reason.
back, boy. Well, those are just some very
They're just really good songs.
They
The
are.
album.
produced songs. Yes.
Yeah.
Just one whole thing. Yeah.
I forgot about Kid Rock.
Kid Rock could get in there. Ball
Yeah.
with the bang, the bang, diggity, something.
I forgot about
It's just so it's man.
Blink 180. We said Blink 182, didn't
Blink-182,
we?
Yeah.
All the is that them small things?
Yes.
I
All
do
these
want to see
songs,
J Lo
like,
in the verses
unlock-
though.
J Lo in the
But-
verses.
I don't know who she's going up against, but I do need to see J Lo in the verses.
Is it more so because some of the background on her stuff, or like you just want some of her songs?
Oh,
Like, who
I
was she?
ride for J Lo musically.
Okay.
I'm gonna give her credit. You
I
know,
guess you can go against
she-
Shakira. Shakira would wipe her ass. Huh?
Would
I
she?
don't know.
Maybe not. I think that
Maybe
might be a
depending on if
Latin,
it's
demographic.
Hispanic
Latin
there, or if
America,
it's-
maybe she would, but for me,
Yeah, like
'cause
certain songs.
Shakira, I mean, she is a crossover Latin artist, but not to the extent of like J Lo. I feel like got both roles on lock for show. Shakira crossed over with a handful of songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now look, Hips Don't Lie. That was my ish. What's her other song? La Tota. Sorry, I think that was the name of it. This is like 2005. You're
Okay.
Now, this is what I will say that I always kind of wish would happen. And this would be like for like all those people claiming to be music heads or da-da-da-da-da-da. I wish that there was like a competition, right? Where, you know, you get two people, right? Two random people, and then you just give them either the artist, the genre, or the era, and they've got to do the verses against one another and pull, you know, their fucking songs together. That would
So
be
break it
pretty
down
dope.
Say-
for me. Yeah,
So it would just be two people, right? Two regular people. Let's
So y'all
say
two could go.
me
Okay.
and Kiera, right?
Okay.
And then you'd be like, here's the topic or the genre or the category that you have to pick from.
The category.
And then we
So the category is 90s R&B, and so you pick 10 songs, I pick 10 songs. You hope that we didn't choose.
the same songs.
I actually think that would be fun.
And if we did, you put your like 3 alternates in
so
there.
it's kind of like Ox God,
Yeah.
but
sort of like Ox God.
but
but-
in this sense, it's just
It'd be
One-on-one.
One-on-one. Because, I think
we
a lot
did that.
I
That's
think a
kinda
lot
what-
of Well, no, I'm saying like Triller could do something like that because I think the problem is a lot of people hate the selection sometimes, or they feel like, oh, well, they should have had a better selection. Da, 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 da.
The problem I think
Okay.
with the verses is they were just letting the artists pick their favorite songs, and they weren't really requiring them to put thought into it. And I think was it Neo and Jonte Austin,
Mhm.
and they like said, okay, you did this, so I'm gonna do something that meets
Yeah.
you. Versus like, I like that song, but now here's a slow song, or
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
it's just like what?
yeah.
But yeah, I would definitely prefer categories.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that way it doesn't have to be just those artists. You have all of whatever was in that category.
Exactly.
So the category is, I don't know, TRL.
Yeah. TRL.
And so you pick 10 of the top TRL songs. The thing is, though, I guess within the category, you have to be careful because, like, there's eras.
Yeah.
So, like, are we doing, like, 90s TRL or are we doing 2000s
We could
TRL?
effectively still do that with Ox God or some of the categories there and just make it longer. So I think the way that we've
longer.
played is like we only do like the
That one song.
And so just say, okay, let's do top 5 for
Yeah.
whatever the part is. And then just throw in our own category.
Or you
I
just
like
pick
that.
your Drake songs or your Destiny's Child songs or Beyonce songs and, see who's got the better 10. Like, are my 10 Beyonces going to beat your 10 Beyonces? You feel me?
Okay, so
yeah,
now,
but we need
okay.
a category.
Yeah.
there
What you
because
mean? That is a category.
Beyonce has errors. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Okay, my bad. Sorry.
Low key,
You
Drake
were on
has
the-
some errors, too.
Yes. So, but you were. I'm agreeing that like if you do the categories, that's better because you can't. You just flip flop. You was like it's better than just the artist. But we could do Drake versus
Yeah.
Well, no, what I was just saying is instead of the artists themselves doing it, you're having people that would just normal people that would do it. You know what I mean? Like, they're going off of their selection. Their
Okay, so it's
library.
still one artist.
It
that
could
each
be one
person-
artist. It could be a category. I
Okay,
mean,
so you
it
just here for anything and everything in
regular
between. It's just
people
regular
need to
people
do
doing
it.
it. Yeah, okay.
like
That's-
y'all was on
well,
something,
well,
but
the
not the
people's
artist.
choice.
Because it's
Okay.
number one, it's like they don't have to pander to their fans, right? So you don't have to play what everybody's expecting you to play. You can get in your bag and play like some deep shit, some sleeper shit that people probably wouldn't hear. It just leaves room for creativity, I guess.
Okay.
It's not like, okay, I've got to play all the shit that everybody knows from me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like J-Lo, clearly she has to play her hits, right? Like, what is she gonna
Depending
do?
on your
She
audience.
can do Secretly.
Depending on your audience. I would be there.
Depending on the audience. But
Y'all wouldn't be here for J-Lo versus for real?
depending on who's on the other
Let's
side.
scale it back.
Depending
for
on who's
me.
on the other side.
Let's
Uh-huh.
scale back that 20. I think that's where we need to start.
For J-Lo, no, J-Lo got a solid 15
Right.
that I can hear for sure. Maybe 20, I have to think about it.
Okay, I don't have 20.
But
For
I,
I've got
J-Lo?
10 to 12.
For J-Lo?
Yeah.
Please don't make me do this.
What?
We don't
I
have
don't
to
have
do
20.
Please don't make me do
There's
this.
not 20.
Let me call out
15
20. You're
is
going
a
to be
stretch.
like, yeah. We're
15
not
is
about
a
to do
stretch.
that.
okay, but although she may have all those songs, I don't know if I really want to hear all of them.
You don't want to hear
think
Waiting
for
for
a-
Tonight?
Love don't cost a thing.
Why can't
Love Don't Cost a Thing?
Waiting for tonight.
Why can't we just
Jenny
Get
from the
limit
Block.
it?
Which
Let's
one-
limit
Jenny
it.
from the Block? You don't want to hear
which ones
that?
get right?
Being back tonight? Yeah.
Okay.
But
4.
You don't want to hear her song with LL Cool
I'm
J?
Oh, my loves.
I'm
Alright,
Real
we had
and the
6.
I'm Real remix.
did we
Which
already
one's
do
the real one?
Did we do that?
Dun, 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 dun. She's a bad, bad, real. What you get is what you see. What you...
Okay, yeah. I remember.
Come on, you know that's a bop. Don't do that.
Was Fat Joe in that?
If You Have My Love,
I hated that.
That is like, to me, that is like TRL. Like that is TRL.
I hated
I
that
don't
song.
doubt that she has a catalog enough to fit those songs, and they were decent. They were semi-popular, depending on whoever you're asking. I just think it's been dragged out. 10 songs is perfect. 12 songs is perfect. Pick them. I don't need to hear all of them.
Yeah.
Not me going up for J-Lo.
Yeah, 15 is my max. I don't want to hear 20 each side.
It does get,
and to be honest,
we start to
20,
get
everybody
tired
doesn't
around
have
20. So for anybody,
Yeah.
let's just hear your top 10 because that's 20 songs in total.
Right. Instead of sitting here for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Like,
Let's condense
that's what
it.
I'm saying. I'm not saying she don't have it, but it's like.
Because do we
Let's
want to
bring it
hear, what's the dance song she be singing all the time? I think it's a Gloria Estefan song.
I don't know.
No, not that
Oh,
one.
wait.
No,
It's like, it's the dance. Oh my
Someone
God.
else
She said Gloria Estefan, right?
that
That's all I know.
What is her song? Dun, dun, I can hear it in my. Is it Dance Again? This is not it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I
Next
don't
time.
know. Anyways, let's move on from this music talk and talk about a verses. And actually, it's just a conversation, right? So Leah and I last night, we were hanging out, talking with our friend Jamal, and basically the question came up as to why is dating so difficult when you have two like-minded people in regards to their expectations or like what they want in a relationship. So essentially, when we're out and we're talking to different men or meeting different men, they oftentimes say that they want the same things that we say that we want, right? But there still seems to be some sort of disconnect. So basically, if all these women are saying they want a monogamous relationship with consistency, etc., and men are saying the same thing that they want, or that they want that from women, why aren't there more relationships that are able to flourish if the end goal is the same on both ends?
Right. Or even, I guess, take it a step further. On these profiles, I mean, you see things that are just matching up. And it's like, how is it that, like, you are complaining about certain things, I'm complaining about certain things. Like, we're both having, like, man, it's just so hard out here. And it's like, we have a plethora of people on both sides all saying the same things. It's like, what is creating the disconnect and why they can't do well?
I mean, I think we all want the same goals, right? But I feel like it's all the shit in the middle that is a little bit of a, I guess, disconnect, or where you're seeing two separate ideologies. I don't know. But I feel like, one, let's say, okay, I want a partner, monogamous, eventually get married, da-da-da-da-da. Cool. What about all the shit in between? Like, where you're actually starting to weave one another's lives together, where you're starting to take on that person's problems and that person's issues, and you're starting to deal with other people in that person's life and things like that. And I think that there's just a whole bunch of different variety of things that come into play that don't make it just that easy for, I want this and I want that, right? For some people, sex may be big on the scale. This person's sex may not be big on the scale.
Thank you.
Bless you. But I think that it's more than just the end goal that comes into play when considering why this thing doesn't work. But that's just my thoughts on it, on the forefront right now. I haven't had a chance to think about it too much. But what were some points that y'all...
I mean, we talked about online dating, right? And so one of the points was that oftentimes when you're doing these matches and whatnot, you're oftentimes going towards the person that has sparked your most recent interest. So maybe you were vibing and connecting with this girl on Monday or Tuesday, but this other girl came along on Thursday. Now it's Friday. She's fresher on your mind. And so you go out with her, you guys hit it off, and now you're like kind of tunnel vision towards her. And I mean, you've left all these other people on the table. So I guess, I don't know.
I think just even having so much access, or just knowing there are so many options out there, allows people to enter situations and like nitpick very easily on things that probably are not big deals. So somebody, I don't know, I can't even think of anything right now, but somebody making a silly point, or maybe they were just joking about something. It's like, that's a stupid joke. Homeboy John from whatever would never say that. Let me go ahead and cut this off now.
Yeah.
John would never. And then
Oh yeah.
Now you're like doing this, and you see somebody from Instagram. It's like, I do remember him from school. You know, he was nice. You know what? I don't even like online dating anymore. I'm actually not talking to none of these people no more.
Yeah.
And so we kind of move on very fast because we are now in like this instant kind of society almost.
Yeah, like there's just so many options out there. So why put up with this thing? And again, it could be big or small, but why put up with it when I have 40 other guys that I've matched with just today who want to take me out? You know what? Let me take my chances. Surely one of these 40 will be a better match than this person. So I'm just going to let you do your thing.
Right.
Versus being patient and trying to understand for yourself, is this truly a deal breaker, or
right,
you know?
And I think we are making the assumption that it is a deal breaker very quickly.
I think that's a fair point. I mean, even for myself, I think now I can give a lot of grace for sure, but there are still some things that, you know, when I tell my friends about it, they're like, is it really that big of a deal? It's like, I didn't say I was gonna not go out with the guy anymore, but it is it does bother me. So at that point, it's like, okay, am I really tripping, or am I right in feeling like this is bothering me? Should I move on? You know, it's just, there's just so many thoughts to me. Solomon can't relate no more. He booed up.
At this point, why can't y'all find nobody? I didn't.
Look. If I can go back to myself 2 months ago.
A little bit longer than that.
No, but I don't know. I mean, it's really just a matter of what are you going to, like you said, what's negotiable, what's not negotiable, right? And then you start really getting into the nuts and bolts of the whole thing, right? And I think that because there's always just another option there, another option, and then there's always, you know, I hate to admit it, but somebody can easily just come along and then they pique your interest, and now all of a sudden you're looking this way, and you know, monogamy is hard.
I was gonna say, what is it gonna take to?
It's not the easiest thing, man, to be with one person the rest of your life in a committed relationship. Like, maybe we've just been conditioned that that's just the way things are, and we think it's just supposed to be natural, simple, and easy, but I mean, that shit is hard. I
mean, you don't have to have a monogamous relationship if your partner also does not want to have one, right? So I agree with what you're saying.
Yeah,
I do think that it's
works
hard.
For y'all just works for y'all.
If y'all want to have an open relationship or be polygamous or whatever that looks like for you, and your partner is on the same page, then I think you should do it. Monogamy is hard, and when people recognize that and realize, you know what, maybe I don't want to be with this person for the rest of my life solely. I want to have options. Hopefully you can meet people that think that way as well. Mm-hmm. Now the question is, are you fine dipping and diving in other things, and your partner needs to stay put? You're the only person for your partner. Like, you know, you have to assess that, but I just think, you know, if people want to have other options, go for it.
And I think it just really boils down to being able to and willing to want to share that space with that other person. And I'm not talking about, you know, polygamy or anything like that. I'm talking about you and your partner. It's like, do I like her well enough to merge the two, right? Mm-hmm. My life, your life. Something's going to have to drop off of your life. Something's going to have to drop
legally
off of my life.
Just like marriage, like that next step, or you're saying just in general being together?
Well, just being in a serious relationship.
Okay.
Serious committed relationship. Some people don't, you know, want to get married, but they still want to be in that serious committed monogamous relationship. But what I'm saying is dropping off my shit, dropping off your shit, coming together to form our shit. It takes a lot of work, and there's a lot of different factors that come into play. And even though this is what we said we want, are we willing to part with this? Are you willing to part with that?
That's a good point.
Am I willing to?
Have you come across something that makes you more willing?
You know, because I mean, I could still like you to want to fuck with you to a certain extent, but it's like to let you in, trust and all that, intimacy and vulnerability and all of that. taking on your shit, dealing with your people who I probably don't fucking like.
Why do
dealing
you
with-
always assume that? Every time we talk about like
the other
in-laws or the other
side.
side, you assume you don't like them.
Because he grew up in that day and age with TV when the in-laws was trash.
I'm just posing having to do work, right? I'm
Okay.
not posing the most picture perfect, easygoing ass
You're
relationship.
saying with all that stuff going against you.
all your bullshit, all my bullshit, whatever that bullshit can consist of, like sticking it out and dealing with that.
So what does it take, basically?
What does it take? If this is what we said we wanted, the end goal, right?
So
Like
maybe
we all want this, but are you willing to do the work that requires it to get to this point? You don't just wake up and it's like that. Some people it is. Some people got natural chemistry and y'all vibing and it's a like. It's
but even with
easy.
that, there's still
There's a level of
work.
letting
Yeah,
stuff go. Or like not letting stuff go, but like settling.
you know,
for certain things.
Wait,
because too. I mean, let's say for that person, you guys have perfect chemistry, whatever. Da 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 da. Da. But you know, in the morning they be having toothpaste clumps in the sink or something, and you've told them
really
time and time
Yeah.
again, please stop. But like that little thing, now you're realizing, you know what? Also, you don't wash the dishes like I like for you to wash the dishes, and you also da 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 da. And so at that point, you know, you create a story, and I'm, you know, just drawing stuff out of nowhere. But basically, like
That's how it happened.
that's kind of like the start. And so then it's just like, man, like, do you want to put in this work or let go of your own things? Like at this point, it's just like, okay, either you're gonna have to accept that you're gonna have to clean up behind them, or you're gonna need to wash the dishes yourself, or you're gonna have to continue to, you know, see if they can do stuff the way that you like it. But that's still work,
You got the
right?
other side of you that's like, now if I'm gonna be with somebody, I don't want to keep doing everything by myself.
Yeah.
And now y'all not together.
yeah, and then you'll find that OCD clean ass nigga that you said, oh, he's perfect. I don't have to clean up behind him. And then
He
there's
starts
some
with
other
something
shit.
Yeah, yeah,
It's a
exactly.
constant battle of figuring out what you want to compromise on.
Yes.
And what you can ultimately deal with. So I say settling, joking, but there is a small aspect of that.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. There are some people, myself included, who says I will never date a man that's X, Y, and Z. But look, you know, if they're meeting me in other departments, but they happen to fall into X, Y, Z, would I be settling at that point, or is that a compromise? Like, I don't know at this
The
point.
difference between settling and compromising.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh man.
All right. Well, thanks you guys so much for listening. If you liked what you heard, make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. Like this video on YouTube, and I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.
Bye.
Peace.